Hey, it's Liam from Base Data. Today is April 28th. It's a Friday, thankfully. Been a while since I've done a video. I've been busy. You know I hate being busy, but sometimes you gotta be busy. Work's been very busy. We've had projects. What I do is I work in business administration and I work with databases. I'm not in IT, but everybody in administration uses databases to do their jobs. We don't actually get the job of the business done. We just, track it, watch it, monitor it, measure it, all that jazz. And those databases are not a part of a business that makes the business money. So what happens is that you use them, you use them as best as you can, and then time goes on, they get out of date. You kind of have to put band-aids together to get them to keep working as time goes on. People think about upgrading them and then they don't because they see the price tag for it, and eventually the time comes around that the company actually has to bite the bullet and actually pay big bucks to make a huge project instead of just a lot of small projects along the way. And that's where we're at with my company. We're doing some big upgrades for these data systems. And what happens is these old systems have lots of old data in them, and it works. And the new software, I guess, it talks in a slightly different way. It looks at the data in a slightly different way. It gives you better results. It's a lot of redesigning things. So there's a lot of chance that things can go wrong when you move to it. So what you do in the months leading up to that change is you do a lot of testing. So they create a safe place for this software. We're not really using it for real. And then we take the old data and we put it in the new system and see, well, you're just trying to make sure that we don't break it. And that's the project that we're at right now. It's testing to make sure that the way that we intend to use it is going to turn out the way that we intend it to actually work, without it happening for real and us being in really deep trouble. Meantime, we're also still doing our jobs. So that's the busy part of it, where you're trying to redesign the airplane while it's still in flight. And it takes a lot of extra work on everyone's part. And we're also learning a lot of things about the business itself. Things that we as workers don't have to think about, like how is this set up in this state? It's I don't know, it was like that when I arrived and I assumed that it was all correct. Maybe I shouldn't assume so much. Yeah, so we're learning a lot. Making a lot of improvements is also, you don't move to an expensive new, the big shots that run the company that are paying the big bill for this. They want to make sure that when we move to something better, it is actually better. And you want to, I'm going to use a horrible word, leverage. Bless you if you don't know what that means. Make the most out of all these extra bells and whistles and features and improvements that it's going to, so which requires change. It requires change on the data. It requires change for people and how we do things. So that's why I've been I haven't had extra brain cells to even think about doing an update video like this. Spring has finally sprung, as you can see behind me, so the days are longer, the trees are green. Pollen apocalypse has not hit yet. It's probably right around the corner. The flowers are blooming differently this year. They're not like this bush right here should have been bright yellow flowers a few weeks ago, but instead it just had a few in it. We had the end of winter was really warm, so I think it messed with a lot of the plants. So that's when my mom came home from Florida Wednesday, so that's also going to be a change in my lifestyle. For the better, it's not it's good, it'll get me out of the house, it'll get me things to do. I know a lot of people don't like to have, when you're grown, to have your parents have things for you to do, but it's kind of like part of a social life for me. My mom and I get on really well, so it's not that I don't mind going to visit her a couple times a week. I actually enjoy it. And when we play cards, I win. So it's it just keeps on giving. So today is Friday. I passed in my work yesterday, so today has just been I took an hour for lunch today. sat outside in the sun. We're not gonna have any sun this weekend, so I wanted to make sure I took advantage of it today. But I could just kind of like, you know my own name today instead of being like flat out looking at database data 10 hours a day, day after day after day, you know. So it's not an exciting update. There's no exciting plans, no exciting updates to fill you in off, and that's a good thing. You know, maybe tomorrow, well, I'm not going to be able to sleep in tomorrow because I can mow the lawn and it's only going to be sunny in the morning before it rains all weekend. So I'm not even going to be able to sleep in tomorrow. But I'm going to take a nap tomorrow and it's going to be glorious. A glorious nap on the weekend. And if I time it right, then it'll feel like I have a 3-day weekend. It happens. Sometimes I don't time it right and I'm just suffering all night long. But we'll see what happens. So wish me luck. Thanks for watching. This has been Liam from Base Dated.